Okay, so now I'm starting to think about snare drums. I've got this bunch of snare drums here, a couple of Ludwigs, CNC, and a big old Tammer there. I've actually got on the kit at the moment this DW, which is quite a beast, but I've got her tuned quite sort of mid-rangey, so it's not too deep and it's not too high. So I'm just thinking for this track, from what I've heard, it kind of sort of feels right at the moment. A lot of the time, so I've got the Yamaha Recording Custom. This is a 1973 setup, which is kind of set up all the time. I've also got my Gretsch 60s kit down here, which the rest of them in cases, which is a vintage 60s thing, which is more of a kind of, this feels like it's in the rock kind of area. So this kit here kind of gives a real nice clean rocking popping sound. So I feel like this will work. Yeah, that kit can be more for kind of, I guess, lighter stuff. It can sort of work for anything really. So let's get on the kit and have a look at some sections. Okay, so now I'm on the kit, and I can use this. I can use my phone with this amazing gizmo, which is the Logic remote, which is absolutely incredible. Because obviously now my computer's over there, and I'm over here, so I can control what's happening on my Logic through my phone, which is an absolute game changer. There's been, when I first started doing this years and years ago, I was, having to press record and then run round. Nightmare. So with this, obviously, I can press record wherever I want, choose all the different tracks. And also what I then have here is the arrangement that I've sorted. So what I've done now is I've muted the full track and I've just put the just drums only track. And then I've highlighted in a loop the section that I'm going to loop and just try and quickly, not too quickly, but listen to and try and come up with some drums for that part. So let's have a go at this. So again, this is the first time, so you see it in real time. I haven't turned on the bloody interface, have I?
Oh, everything.
Okay, so that's kind of the first bit that it feels kind of cool. That's kind of the chorus, verse. Let's have a look at the verse.
Man of grace and dignity. Inimitable. Your essence, your soul, your things, your goal, inimitable. Your essence, your soul, your things, your goal,
So yeah, that's starting to feel quite nice. I'm just gonna, and that's basically the process. So going through each section, kind of feeling it out. Then once I've done each section right to the end, then I will just try a whole pass. So I'm going to just finish off each section and then we'll try a whole pass, because then it's about listening to it record, the full version recorded. Well, not the full version, the initial version. And bloody hell. And seeing how it's sounding, because it's mad how something can sound good to me here, but then when I'm sitting over there and listening to it as a whole, it can sound completely different, and there can I might be overplaying, or there'll just be things that I'll hear straight away. So I'll just finish off that, and then we'll try a full pass of it. Okay, so now I've done a full run through of the song, an initial version. So I'm now going to listen to it back. So this is the first time listening to it back, and yes, I'm going to just pay attention to a lot of different things, really. How the drums are sounding, the parts, and just what's feeling right and what's not feeling right. So yeah, this is just the first version. So probably turn off the click as well.
Oh, everything belongs to it, my love. Oh, everything. Man of grace and dignity.
So yeah, in terms of the overall thing, I feel like it's in the right area already. So I feel like the chorus is really nice on the ride. It works well. The verse kind of onto the hats, much more sparse kick pattern. The middle eight, there's a little kind of skippy bass thing that I'm probably going to try and hit a bit more often, especially when it goes straight in. In solo, there's a couple of big kind of pushes that I'll hone in on. And also in the chorus, I think there's a few kick pattern things basically, and a few cymbal pushes. But I'm really happy with where that is straight away. So yeah, so now, and the overall sound of the drums, I think the snares sounds nice. I think the snare's kind of good in there.
Man of grace and dignity.
Yeah, it's quite a present snare. It could be deeper. So there is a potential of changing the snare out, maybe the CNC, something a bit deeper. So yeah, so at this stage it's like, you know, I'm thinking about the parts, the sound, what's kind of working, what's not working. And yeah, so from here it's just kind of honing in on little bits. So what I'll do now is I'll think about those bits that I want to change and do a bunch more takes. Not millions, maybe like, you know, 2 or 3 more. And then I think with a track like this, it's probably just going to be a case of, you know, what take is the best. But if not, I can then do some comping, which is where I can do 2 or 3 takes and then decide little sections that I prefer from one take. And it's because I'll be playing it basically the same kind of time, the same kind of feel, the same kind of velocity, I can easily go from different sections of different takes to form the full take that I'm sort of happy with. But yeah, as I say, I'm kind of quite happy with where that is right now. So now I'll go and do a bunch bunch of other takes and see if we can get the finished one.